Bhukte bojayate jaiva sadvidam pritilakshanam. Huh? Light? Oh, Jai Suparika Shishi. Guru Gaur Chandraju ki jai. Jai Shikiraj Govardhanju ki jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramhansa Pari Brajakacharya. Astatar Sata Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhansa Pari Brajakacharya. Astatar Sata Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Rakak Sri Dardev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Hari Bol, welcome to Sri Caitanya Charitamrta Mission morning class. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jita Padakamalam Shri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitang Stam Sajivam Savetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vidangscha Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. Haribo. Jai Sri Caitanya Charitamrta Anchalila Volume 1. Jai Srimati Tulsi Devi ki jai. Most of our Tulsis have gone outside now because it looks like it's proper summer. Warm in the night also, so we'll see. Maybe some coming in and going out for a little while. But well, hopefully she'll be happy to be outside now for the rest of the summer. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita
Chandra Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Ki Jai Srila Om Vishnupadesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ambuya. Okay, now we are reading Anchalila chapter 2. This is verse number 16, just beginning the second chapter. Ambuya mulke haya nakula brahmachari Parama Vaishnava Tenho Bada Adhikari. So we've been hearing about how the Lord is showing himself to the world. And one of them is by his personal association. One of them is by simply revealing himself. Although he may be far away ostensibly, he can show himself to devotees. And he's always present in where Nityananda Prabhu is ecstatically dancing. Always, remember the other ones, sir?
One is where Nityananda Prabhu is ecstatically dancing. Another one is in the house of in Mother Sachudevi.
Very good.
Another one is in the house.
In the courtyard of Srivas Thakur during the kirtans, and the other one is in the home of Raghava Pandit.
In the what?
And the home of Raghava Pandit. So that's really very, very good. So we're going to kind of review those from time to time. So in the other way that the Lord is revealing himself is through the devotees. And this is when empowering or being present in the devotee. So this is a story about such a personality, Nakula Brahmachari. Ambuya mulake haya Nakula Brahmachari Parama Vaishnava Teho Bada Adhikari. In Ambuya Mulaka, there was a person named Nakula Brahmachari who was perfectly pure devotee, greatly advanced in devotional service. Purport, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Ambuya Mulak is the present city of Ambika, a city in the Vardhamana district of West Bengal. Goda deshera loke nishtarite manahaila, Nakula hridaye prabhu avesha karila. Desiring to deliver all the people of Bengal, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the heart of Nakula Brahmachari. Graha grasta praya Nakula prema vishtahanya, Hashe kande nache gaya unmata hanya. Nakula Brahmachari became exactly like a man haunted by a ghost. Thus he sometimes laughed, sometimes cried, sometimes danced, and sometimes chanted like a madman, under the influence of the divine heart of Mahaprabhu. Ashrukampa stamba sveda satvika vikara, nirantara preme nritya sagana hunkara. He continuously exhibited bodily transformations of transcendental love. Thus he cried, trembled, became stunned, perspired, danced in love of Godhead, and made sounds like those of a cloud. We can't conceive of all of these, actually, these divine symptoms. Taiche gora kanti taiche sada prema vesha, taha deki bare aishe sarva goda desha. His body shone with the same luster as that of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in other words, his complexion became that fully transcendental golden complexion. And he showed the same absorption in ecstatic love of Godhead. People came from all provinces of Bengal to see these symptoms. Jare deke tare kahe kaha Krishna nam, tahara darshane loka haya premodam. He advised whomever he met to chant the holy names, Hare Krishna. Thus, upon seeing him, people were overwhelmed with love of Godhead. So in other words, Nakula Brahmachari's influence was fully non-different from the influence that Mahaprabhu himself has on people. So in order to deliver all these persons, Mahaprabhu was present fully with Nakula Brahmachari. Chaitanyera aveshahai nakulera dehe, shuni Shivananda aila kariya sandehe. When Shivananda Sen heard that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had entered into the body of Nakula Brahmachari, he went there with doubts in his mind. Shivananda Sen, of course, Saint Shivananda, we're hearing about Shivananda Sen, great personality. And he, hearing this, he thought, no. Not that he said no, but he wanted to see for himself. Because so many sentimental things can happen. Or if we have nothing that we know is genuine, transcendental truth, then what will we compare any other thing to? But there is such divine thing. And so he wanted to see, is this a genuine thing or is this just some kind of foolishness? Parikshakari te tara jabe icha hoila, bahire rahia tabe vichara karila. Desiring to test the authenticity of Nakula Brahmachari, he stayed outside thinking as follows. Apane bolana more iha jadi jani, amara ishta mantra jani kahena apani, tabe jane iha te hoy, Chaitanya aveshe, eta chinti Shivananda rahila dura deshe. If Nakula Brahmachari personally calls me and knows my worshipable mantra, then I shall understand that he is inspired by the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, thinking in this way, he stayed some distance apart. So he stayed away, and he's thinking, if Mahaprabhu is really there, he will know me, he will call me, and he will know my mantra that I chant, that is known to Mahaprabhu. Otherwise, it's nonsense. Ashankya lokera gata keha aishe jaya, lokera shangate keha darshana napaya. There was a large crowd of people, some going and some coming. Indeed, some people in that great crowd, could not even see Nakula Brahmachari. He wasn't putting on a show. This was Mahaprabhu's natural behavior. And people were so much influenced by that they became overwhelmed with love of God. And this was an extraordinary wonder, and many, many people came to offer so much worship. But there was a large crowd, and some of them couldn't even see him. And that was the case wherever Mahaprabhu went. Aveshe brahmachari kahe shivananda ache dure jana excuse me jani dui chari jaha bolaha tahare. In his inspired state, Nakula Brahmachari said, Shivananda Sena is staying some distance away. 2 or 4 of you, go and call him. Chari dike dayaloke Shivananda Bali, Shivananda kontomaya bolaya brahmachari. As people began running hither and thither. Excuse me, it doesn't say that. People began running here and there, calling in all directions, Shivananda, whoever is Shivananda, please come. Nakula Brahmachari is calling you. Shuni Shivananda Sena Tara Shigra Aila, Namaskara Kari Tara Nikate Bashila. Hearing these calls, Shivananda Singh quickly went there, offered obeisances to Nakula Brahmachari, and sat down near him. Brahmachari bole tumi karila samshaya, akamanahanya shuna tahara nischaya. Nakula Brahmachari said, I know that you are doubtful. Now please hear this evidence with great attention. So in other words, Mahaprabhu is saying this. You think I am not here? Well, let me show you. Gora Gopal mantra tomara charyaksha tomara charyakshara avishvasa charaje karyacha antara. Now you are chanting the Gora Gopal mantra, composed of 4 syllables. Now please give up the doubts that have resided within you. Purport. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that Gora Gopal mantra, the Gora Gopal mantra in his Amrita Pravaha Bhasya. Worshippers of Sri Gaura Sundar accept the 4 syllables Gauranga, Gaura Anga as the Gaura mantra, but pure worshippers of Radha and Krishna accept the 4 syllables Radha Krishna as the Gaura Gopal mantra. However, Vaishnavas consider Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu non-different from Radha and Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. Therefore, one who chants the mantra Gauranga and one who chants the names of Radha and Krishna are on the same level. Tabe Shivanandera mane pratiti haila, aneke samanakari bahu bhakti kaila. Shivananda Sena thereupon developed full confidence in his mind that Nakula Brahmachari was filled with the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shivananda Sena then offered him respect and devotional service. Not only respect, but he wanted to serve him in any way. E mata Mahaprabhura chincha prabhava Ebe Shuna Prabhuda Jaiche Haya Abir Bhava. In this way, one should understand the inconceivable potencies of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now please hear how his appearance, Abir Bhava, takes place. Sachira Mandire Nityanandanartane Shivas Kirtan Ara Raghava Bhavane. So those are those 4 places. Sachira Mandire means the house of Shachi, or Nityanandanartane, where Nityananda is dancing.
Is ecstatic dance.
Yeah.
Dartane.
And then Shivas Kirtan.
Shivas Kirtan.
In the courtyard of Shivas Thakur, and our Raghava Bhavan. Bhavan means home. So the home of Raghava Pandit. E Charitani Prabhuda Sada Abir Bhava Prema Krishtahaya Prabhuda Sahaja Svabhava. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always appeared in 4 places. In the household temple of Sri Shachi, Mother Shachi, in the places where Sri Nityananda Prabhu danced, in the house of Shivas Pandit during the congregational chanting, and in the house of Raghava Pandit. He appeared because of his attraction to the love of his devotees. That is his natural characteristic. So he's appearing in those places because of the divine love of those persons. Nishinganandera age abir bhutahanya bhojana karila taha shunamanadiya. So we're hearing about these different ways that Mahaprabhu appears. And now we've heard of how he appears within the devotee, completely acting through that devotee. And this is the way he makes his appearance from a long way away. He's simply there in those places. Nishinganandera age abir bhutahanya bhojana karila tahashuna manadiya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared before Nishingananda Brahmachari and ate his offerings. Please hear about this with attention. Shivanandera bhagina shikanta shena nama prabhura kripate teho bada bhagyavana.
So Nishinga Brahmachari is different from Nikula Brahmachari, huh?
Yeah.
They're not the same person.
Not the same person.
If I'm mistaken, is it Srinivasa?
Ah, no.
Okay.
Shivananda Sen had a nephew named Shrikanta Sen, who by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very fortunate. Aka vatsarateho pratama ekeshwara prabhu ekibare aila utkanta antara. One year, Shrikanta Sen came alone to Jagannath Puri in great eagerness to see the Lord. So Shrikanta Sen is a nephew of Shivananda Sen. Mahaprabhu tare deki bada kripa kaila masa duitenho prabhura nikate rahila. Seeing Shrikanta Sen, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed causeless mercy upon him. Shrikanta Sen stayed near Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for about 2 months at Jagannath Puri. Tabe Prabhu tare agya kaila gode jaite bhaktagane nishe diha etake ashite. When he was about to return to Bengal, the Lord told him, forbid the devotees of Bengal to come to Jagannath Puri this year. When you go back to Bengal, tell the devotees not to come this year to Jagannath Puri. That would be a sad message to deliver. But these are the divine pastimes of the Lord, and always wonderful. Evatsara teha ami jaimu apane Tahai milimu shaba advaita dishani. This year I shall personally go to Bengal and meet all the devotees there headed by Advaita Acharya. Oh, that's the second part. I am going to Bengal. Shivanande kahila ami e paushamase achambite avasya ami jaibatare pase. Please inform Shivananda Sena that in the month of Posha, December, January, I shall certainly go to his home. Jagarananda hayataha teho bhikshadibe sabe kahi ha e vatsara kehana ashibe. Jagadananda is there, and he will give me offerings of food. Inform them all that no one should come to Jagannath Puri this year. So Mahaprabhu is saying, I'm going. Don't come this year. You don't take this journey to Jagannath Puri because I'm going to go in December, January time. I will go. I will visit Shivananda Sen because they will all be so heartbroken not to go. But he's saying, don't worry. Tell Shivananda Sen I'll personally come to his home and I will accept the offerings of Jagadananda Pandit. Because all of these devotees live in Bengal. So they and then Shrikanta Ashiya Gode Shandesha Kahila Shuni Bhakta Gana Mane Ananda Haila. When Shrikanta Sen returned to Bengal and delivered the message, the minds of all the devotees were very pleased. That, oh, he's assuring us he's coming. Chali te chila acharya rahila stirahanya Shivananda Jagarananda rahe pratyasa kariya. Advaita Acharya was just about to go to Jagannath Puri with the other devotees, but upon hearing this message, he waited. Shivananda Sen and Jagadananda also stayed back awaiting the arrival of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Poshamashe aila dunhe samagri kariya sanja paryantarahe apeksha kariya. When the month of Posha arrived, Jagadananda and Shivananda collected all kinds of paraphernalia for the Lord's reception. Every day they would wait until evening for the Lord to come. Ematamasha Gela Goshanina Aila Jagarananda Shivananda Dunhita Haila. As the month passed, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not come, Jagadananda and Shivananda became most unhappy. Achambite Nishingananda Tahani Aila Dunhe tare milita bestane bashaila Dunhe duki deki tabe kahe Nishingananda Toma dunha kare kene deki nirananda. Suddenly, Nishingananda arrived, and Jagadananda and Shivananda arranged for him to sit near them. Seeing them both so unhappy, Nishingananda inquired, why do I see that you are both despondent? Tape Shivananda tare shakala kahila ashiba agya dila prabhuke kenena ahila. Then Shivananda Sen told him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu promised that he would come. Why then has he not arrived? Shuni brahmachari kahe karaha shantoshe amita anibatane tritiya divase. Hearing this, Nishingananda brahmachari replied, please be satisfied. I assure you that I shall bring him here in 3 days from now. Tahara prabhava prema jane dui jane anibe prabhure ebe nischaya kaila mane. Shivananda and Jagadananda knew of Nishingananda's brahmachari's influence and love of Godhead. Therefore, they now felt assured that he would certainly bring Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Pradyumna Brahmachari Tara Nijam Nama Nishingananda Nama Tara Kaila Gaura Dhamma. His real name was Pradyumna Brahmachari. The name Nishingananda had been given to him by Lord Gaurasundar himself. Duidina Dhyanakari Shivanandera Kahila. Shivanandere Kahila. Panihati Grame Ami Prabhure Anila. After meditating for 2 days, Nishingananda Brahmachari told Shivananda, saying, I have already brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the village known as Panihati. So he's bringing Mahaprabhu mentally, through his, not mentally, through his divine meditation, he's bringing him along the road. And he's with Mahaprabhu the whole way. And he's bringing him along the road, and they've come as far as Panihati.
Panihati is a town.
Very famous place because of the pastimes of Lord Nityananda and Raghunath Das Goswami. Kali Madhyane Teho Ashibena Tomaragare Paka Samagri Anaha Ami Bhiksha Dimutare. Tomorrow at noon he will come to your home. Therefore, please bring all kinds of cooking ingredients. I shall personally cook and offer him food. Tabetare eta ami aniba satvara nishchaya kahilana kichu sandeha nakara. In this way I shall bring him here very soon. Be assured that I am telling the truth. Do not be doubtful. Jai chahiye tahakara hanya tatapara atitvaraya karibapaka shuna atapara. Bring all the ingredients very soon, for I want to begin cooking immediately. Please do what I say. Pakashamagiri anaha amiyaha chai Jaimagila Shivananda ani dilatai. Nishingananda Brahmachari said to Shivananda, please bring whatever cooking ingredients I want. Thus Shivananda Sain immediately brought whatever he asked for. Pratakala haite pakakarila apara nana vyangjana pitakshira nana upahara. Beginning early in the morning, Nishingananda Brahmachari cooked many varieties of food, including vegetables, cakes, sweet rice, and other preparations. So in this type of cooking, there are many types of cakes. And now we only know sweet cakes, but there are different kinds of cakes made of dal and rice and so many different kinds of savory cakes and sweet things and so many things. Jagannatera Binnaboga Pritaka Bali Badila Chaitanya Prabhuda Lagya Boga Kaliya. After he finished cooking, he brought separate dishes for Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ishtadeva Nishingalagi Pritaka Badila Tina Jani Samarpya Bahire Dhyana Kaila. He also separately offered dishes to Nishingadev, his worshipable deity. Thus he divided all the food into 3 offerings. Then outside the temple he began to meditate upon the Lord. Deke Shigra Ashibashila Chaitanya Gosai Tina Boga Kaila Kichu Avashishanai. In his meditation he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quickly come, sit down and eat all 3 of the offerings, leaving behind no remnants. Is everybody clear on this circumstance? Yeah. By meditation, Nishingananda Brahmachari is bringing Mahaprabhu to Bengal. And he's cooking and divided everything into 3 offerings, one for Lord Jagannath, one for Lord Nishingadev, and one for Mahaprabhu. And by the meditation of Nishingananda, Mahaprabhu is actually there. He's fully there. And he took all of the prasadam and didn't leave anything. Just as when he went to the house of Shachi Devi, he's going in his subtle form, but there was nothing left on the plate. Anande vivala prajumna pade ashudar, ha ha kibakara bali karaye putkar. Prajumna Brahmachari was overwhelmed by transcendental ecstasy upon seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating everything. Thus tears flowed from his eyes. Nevertheless, he expressed dismay, saying, "Alas, alas, my dear Lord, what are you doing? You are eating everyone's food."
What does it mean of alas? Alas.
Oh no. Alas means, oh no.
Alas, alas.
Jagannathe Tamaya Aikya Kautara Boga Nishinghera Boga Kene Kara Upayoga. My dear Lord, you are one with Jagannath. Therefore, I have no objection to your eating his offering. But why are you touching the offering for Lord Nishingadev? Nishinghera Kaila Jani Aji Upavasa Takuka Upavasi Rahi Jiye Kaichadasa. I think that Nishingadev could not eat anything today, and therefore he's fasting. If the master fasts, how can his servant live? Bhojana deki jajapitara hritaye ulas, Nishinga lakshakari bahye kichukari dukabas. Although Nishinga Brahmachari felt jubilation within his heart to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating everything, for the sake of Lord Nishingadev, he externally expressed disappointment. Anyway. Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Chaitanya Gosai Jagannath Nishinga Saha Kichubedanai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Therefore, there is no difference between him, Lord Jagannath, and Lord Nishinga. But for some transcendental etiquette, he's objecting, oh, but this is actually internally perfectly wonderful. Iha jani bade prajumnera gudda haitamana taha de kaila prabhu karila bojana. Prajumna Brahmachari was deeply eager to understand this fact. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed it to him by a practical demonstration, by eating all the offerings. Bojana kariya prabhu gela panihati, shantosha paila deki byanjana paripati. After eating all the food, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started for Panihati. There, he was greatly satisfied to see the different varieties of vegetables prepared at the house of Raghava. I can't stop reading this. I'm going to keep reading this, even though the time is a little over.
Keep reading it.
Okay. Bojana kariya prabhu gela pani. Okay. Shivananda kahe keha kene karaha putkara teha kahe deka tomara prabhura vyavahara. Nishingananda replied, just see the behavior of your Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, Shivananda said to Nishingananda, why are you expressing dismay? And Nishingananda replied, just see the behavior of your Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tina janara boga teho ekala kaila, Jagannatha Nishinga upavase haila. He alone has eaten the offerings for all three deities. Because of this, both Jagannath and Nishinga, they've remained fasting. Shuni Shivanandera chitte haila samshaya, kiba prema vesha kahe kiba satyahaya. When Shivananda Sena heard this statement, he was unsure whether Nishingananda Brahmachari was speaking that way because of ecstatic love or because it was actually a fact. Tabe Shivananda Kichukai Brahmachari Samagri Ananushingalagi Puna Pakakari. When Shivananda Sena was thus perplexed, Nishingananda Brahmachari said to him, "Bring more food. Let me cook again for Lord Nishingadev." Tabe Shivananda Bhoga Samagri Anila Pakakari Nishingera Bhoga Lagaila. Then Shivananda Sena again brought the ingredients with which to cook, and Pradyumna Brahmachari again cooked and offered the food to Lord Nishingadev. Varsantare Shivanandalanya Bhaktagana Nilachale Dekil Janya Prabhura Charana. The next year, Shivananda went to Jagannath Puri with all the other devotees to see the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can stop there. But this is that incident given, one incident, I think, of the way that Mahaprabhu meets with the people. And this one is through revealing himself in different places through meditation. And the Lord can go anywhere and everywhere and reveal himself anywhere. But he's very especially showing this in the case of Nishingananda Brahmachari, whose meditation is so deep on Mahaprabhu. He's just bringing him, he's fully aware of Mahaprabhu's activities, fully aware, not vaguely aware. There are many, many details. And I think we're about to hear how he's even building roads, beautiful roads with gardens on both sides and lakes and aquatic birds, as Mahaprabhu is moving along. And this is actually happening. Jai Shri Caitanya Charitamrta ki jai. Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj ki jai. Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. So now we'll continue the Shri Shri Upadesamrta, verse number 6. We're reading the commentary by Srila Guru Maharaj. And we'll go through all of the verses again. We're trying to memorize these verses and their meanings. So as far as possible, we're not looking at the page. Jai Shri Upadesamrta ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai, Sad Goswami Prabhu ki jai, and Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki jai. Vacho Vegam Manasakroda Vegam Jiva Vegam Udara Pasta Vegam Etan Veganyo Vishaheta Dhira Sarvam Api Mam Pritivim Sasishyat. The urge of speech, the urges of the mind, and anger. This is helping us to get a perspective on our mind, on these things. Step back and look, oh, there's that thing. The urge of speech, the urges of the mind and anger, the urge of the tongue, the urges of the belly and genitals. The sober person who can control all these urges can instruct the entire world. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagra janasangas chaloyam cha sadbir bhaktir binashati. Over-accumulation, over-endeavor, unnecessary talk, misapplication of the rules, association with non-devotees, and fickle-mindedness. Oh, I want this. No, I want that. I want this. Devotion is destroyed by these 6 faults. So, Utsaha nishchayadarya tat tat karma pravartanat sangatyaga sato vritte sabir bhakti prasidhyati. Enthusiasm, conviction, perseverance through many things that may come to challenge us. We have to persevere in our service and in our connection, because these challenges are coming to purify us. Sangatyaga sato vritte sadbir bhakti prasidhyati. Oh, yeah. Engaging in favorable activities, tat tat karma pravartana. Giving up bad association, sangatyaga. And sato vritte, satta. Sat, sangha, sat means those great souls. And following in the conduct and instructions of them. Devotion is nourished by these 6 qualities. Tadati pratigrahnati guhyam kyati prichati punkte bojayate chaiva sadvidam pritilakshanam. Srila Guru Maharaj, I want to say just about the previous verse in association. If we are trying to help someone in their weakness, and associate with them in their activities which are not at all auspicious or helpful to them, we're not their friend. Guru Maharaj said, we are simply piling more karma on their head. Tadati pratigrahnati guhyamakyati prichati bhungte vojayate chaiva sadvitam pritilakshanam. Giving and accepting gifts, discussing and inquiring about confidential matters means divine questions and answers. And giving and partaking of foods means offering prasadam and taking prasadam are the 6 characteristics of love. Now, number 5. Krishneti asya giritang manasadriyeta tikshasti chet pranati bis cha bhajantamisham shushushaya bhajana vigyamananyamanya nindari shunya hridam ipsita sangalabdya. Honor within the mind those who chant Krishna's name without some nonsense. Honor with obeisances those who are initiated and are serving the Lord. And honor with service those who are expert in devotion, who are exclusively devoted, and whose hearts are free from the duality of criticizing and praising others, and who are the most desirable association.
Bimal Krishna Prabhu is sharing with us.
Bimal Prabhu?
Yeah, Bimal
Uh-huh.
Dandavat. He's sharing with us something that he read by Srila Guru Maharaj.
Okay.
I read this last night and was inspired. Srila Guru Maharaj giving us so much hope. Maybe you can read it for all of us. Maybe
Sure.
in the last 5 minutes or whenever.
Yes,
you want.
definitely.
Okay, let me know when you.
Can you remind me
Yes.
when it's time? Okay, yeah, definitely, Prabhu. Is it about one of these verses in Upadesamrta? It's something else.
Something else.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, for sure. So those are the different kinds of levels of devotees, and what is my relationship with those different personalities. Honor within the mind, okay. Honor within the mind those who chant Krishna's name. Again, Guru Maharaj is very careful to describe that. Honor with obeisance those who are initiated and serve the Lord. And honor with service those who are expert in devotion, who are exclusively devoted, Jai Mahaprabhu Kirira, whose hearts are free from the duality of criticizing and praising others. Not praising devotees is always good, but we're not getting caught up in the so-called good and bad qualities of materialistic persons, and who are the most desirable association. Dishtai svabhava janiter vipushascha dosher na prakritatvam miha bhakta janasya pasyed gangam vasam na kulu buddha pena panke brahmadravatvam apagachati niradharmai. Do not consider devotees in this world mundane because of fault in their nature and body. The water of the Ganges never loses its spiritual nature because of bubbles, foam, and mud, which are natural in water. So we're not thinking, oh, well, my nature is just to, steal things and do all this nonsense. Oh, it's just my nature. It's not like that. When the great souls are present in this world, they may show many different kinds of qualities, but that doesn't have anything to do with their divine position. This is very important. And when we go to the Ganga, we might see something, somebody might have thrown something in there just floating along. But that has no effect on the divine current of the Ganges. So here we're on page 128 now, reading this commentary by Srila Bhakti Raka Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. About in the middle of the page, all consideration of purity is in the spiritual realm. There's no such thing as purity in the mundane world. One who thinks that it has any material connection is a fool, an ass who has only one purpose, and that is satisfying other animals. So divine purity is never contaminated by anything material. There was a Vaishnava by the name of Vasudeva in Kurmakshetra, just beyond Puri on the southern side. He was a leper. And what kind of leper? You know leprosy?
A leper? Leprosy, right?
Yeah.
Heavy disease.
Very heavy disease.
It affects the skin, right?
It affects the body so much, the fingers fall off. Like it's just the body's just basically rotting.
Ouch.
It's a really horrible disease. So this person, Vasudeva, had leprosy. He would collect the worms that fell to the ground from his body and place them back on his wounds because he thought, oh, the poor worms, they might die if they fall off. Once Vasudeva found himself within himself that the Lord was coming. He felt this. And he became very eager to have the darshan of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu came nearby and then went away. After he left, Vasudeva heard that a sadhu of extraordinary capacity had come and gone. Only a few minutes ago he had left. Vasudeva was very disappointed and fell to the ground. Oh, Mahaprabhu came, but he did not give me his darshan. I could not have a glimpse of the Lord. He came and went away, and I did not have the capacity to have his connection. Mahaprabhu went almost a mile away, but suddenly felt some attraction behind him. He ran back, found Vasudeva, and embraced him. Immediately, Vasudeva's leprosy was cured, and his whole body turned into a very beautiful figure. So if Mahaprabhu is not finding any fault in the devotee's body, it's not important. It's the devotee that is the thing. Just like we would jump in the Ganga, even if there's some garbage floating on there. So Mahaprabhu is showing that supreme example. And he embraced Vasudeva's form. Srila Sanatana Goswami contracted sores all over his body because of contact with bad water in the jungle when he was returning from Vrindavan to Puri. Mahaprabhu used to welcome him by embracing him, but Sanatana would try to withdraw. He objected, "Don't touch me, my lord. Don't touch me. This is the body of a sinful man." The sores were oozing and emitting a bad odor, but Mahaprabhu embraced him forcibly. Sanatana had decided, "I shall either leave this place or I shall invite death by falling under the wheel of the cart of Lord Jagannath." But as the Lord in the heart of all, Mahaprabhu knew Sanatana's mind. He chastised him and embraced him forcibly. All the sores disappeared and Sanatana's body immediately became like gold. Mahaprabhu said, so this is not a material kind of curing of disease. Mahaprabhu is showing that the divine body of a pure devotee is completely transcendental. Mahaprabhu said, "Sanatana, you are a Vaishnava. Your body is not defective. Aprakrita deha tumar prakrita kabunai. Krishna is testing me. I am a sannyasi and he's examining whether there is any partiality in my dealings with a Vaishnava simply because of his externally having so many sores. Krishna is examining whether I will shrink from the association of such a Vaishnava and cast him aside because in some mundane consideration I am thinking, oh, this is impure." You follow that example?
I'm sorry, I was not following, but you were speaking about that how Mahaprabhu cures his devotees is not a material.
Yeah, he's embracing. So Mahaprabhu went so far as to say, Krishna was testing me to see whether I would think that because of the sores on the body of a Vaishnava, that body is impure. This is what Mahaprabhu is saying. But your body is already pure, and only for the purpose of testing the public, Krishna has created this. If I cannot see this, I will have failed his test and will be deceived by Krishna. It is a mere show. It is nothing. Your body is pure because you are a Vaishnava, a devotee of Krishna. This impurity is only an appearance in order to serve Krishna's divine purpose. Wherever there is Vaishnavata, pure saintly devotedness, there can never be any contamination. Only to test my devotion has Krishna sent you to me in this condition. So Mahaprabhu is teaching us all in this way. Very wonderful example. So Mahaprabhu embraced him and demonstrated that he was absolutely pure. So even in the eyes of the public, that purity became shown just as a kind of proof. So maybe we can stop. So here we'll stop and then we'll read this. I think it will be awkward. Will you be able to bring it over here?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I meant that maybe you would read it. Thank you, Bimal Prabhu. Kind of dumb to say thank you, but we're habituated.
So it's this.
Gupta Govardhan Media Post. I never even knew about this. The more pressure comes from outside, the more one becomes invulnerable inside. Tata shadomat katashu nirbina sarvakarmashu veda dukat makan kaman parityage pyanishvaraha. For one who has had the chance to acquire a taste and become attracted to talks of me, Krishna is saying, my activity and my movement, no other temptation can any longer hold him under its power. He becomes indifferent to all other activity. The outcome is that he can understand within that all All other things bear some unpleasant reaction. Yet although he can conceive that they are all pain-producing, he is helpless to immediately free himself from their clutches. The debt is already incurred, and his debtors won't allow him to escape. So from sinful activity will come the desire to do that again, and that is part of the debt. I'm in the midst of so many acquisitions. It is not very easy to leave them at once by my sweet will. Previously, I consciously incurred some obligations, and I cannot abruptly cut off their connection. They won't free me. Tato bhajetam, they won't let me free. Tato bhajete mam prita, shradalur dridha nishchaya, ju sha manas chatan kaman, duko dar kangs cha garhayan. But the shraddha, or pure attraction, he has acquired for me is of an eternal nature. It cannot be subdued or cut off by any mundane or ordinary attempt. Despite undergoing so many sufferings, he goes on remembering me. So we are passing through so many things and feeling so much suffering through those things, as we all have and will be. And those are all very real suffering. But despite undergoing so many sufferings, he goes on remembering me. His thinking, aspiration, and earnestness is for me. And the more he is compelled to suffer from the pressure of the environment, a firmness in me becomes more and more sure. And finally, invulnerable, cannot be attacked. And by standing the test of all these trials, he will stand and grow beyond the jurisdiction of these mundane forces. The more pressure comes from outside, the more firmness he feels in the necessity of my help to him. At that time, he turns his back to all the pains of the world, and he keeps me in front. He begins to move onward. Whatever happens to me, I can't complain. It is my master's jurisdiction, whether he sees fit for me to undergo these trials or not. But I won't leave my new ideal. I cannot. Whatever may come, it may happen. Never mind. Whatever comes, comes. But I will always take shelter in him. Whatever he wants to happen, that will happen. Still, he abuses himself. What have I done? What have I done? It is rather justice that I should be tormented and troubled in such a way. It is not wrong. Really, just dealings have come to be exercised over me. Why should I have committed this wrong? I entered this wrong alliance, entered into the tribe of the Gundas for exploitation. The reaction that is coming to me is well and good. He blames himself. He does not blame the environment for troubling him, but he sees a concentration camp within himself. He blames his own self, his own free will and fate. That becomes the nature of his temperament at that time. He does not look to place the fault on the shoulders of others, but he takes the whole burden. Yes, the environment is doing justice to me, the traitor, the ambitious, the oppressor of the environment. When I've come to oppress the environment, and now the environment is giving justice to me. When he's in such consciousness, his bhakti yoga or devotional engagement becomes more and more intense. The intensity of his progress accelerates. So this is quite a... I don't know if we don't really have time to read all of it, but I really would like to. I think I'll just go ahead and leave out the verses. With accelerated motion, His intensity toward me grows. I mean, this is the verse, but in English. With accelerated motion, his intensity toward me grows. Then by my appearance, all his internal and external discrepancies are gradually destroyed and evaporated. When by such an approach he reaches my domain, or rather I come down, extending my existence into his heart, then everything else disappears. And vidyate hridaya grantish, chijyante sarvashangshayak shiyante chasya karmani, mayudushte kilatmani. Then vidyate hridaya granti, all the ties and entanglements, corners and angles vanish. Crookedness vanishes. He finds himself in the midst of a straight, plain, graphic, spacious, all-embracing temperament. His atmosphere changes. All the ties of so many attractions to various achievements are at once dissolved. They have no necessity in this land. Are you listening? Internal approval comes to assure you that you have arrived in your own land. Chijyante sarvashankshaya, there is no room for any doubt. You will find that all your hankerings are more than fulfilled here. I was searching, my whole body was searching. In Vaishnava Padavali, there is an expression, pratyanga lage kade, pratyanga more. In the acme of divinity, Madhura Ras, where Srimati Radharani is Saki, the divine potency of the Lord, she says, my every limb is crying for the respective limb of my Lord. Not only myself, but every part of my body earnestly aspires for the corresponding part of my masters. So this is a fully transcendental, divine emotion. And the divine body of Krishna and the divine body of the devotees. This is not material at all. This is complete devotion. This has nothing to do with any mundane bodily thing at all. We will never allow that thought to come in our mind. It's disgusting. Chijyante sarvashankshaya, every part bears witness. Yes, we have reached the destination we were striving for. This is our full-fledged satisfaction. This is my soil. This is my home. Every atom of the body will say, no trace of any doubt will be found, for there's no longer any room for that. But every atom will find its fulfillment. This is my home. This is my home. I am in home comfort, I find. Every atom of what is conceivable to be ourselves will find its full satisfaction there. Yes, this is where I am. This is where I am searching. This is the sweet environment that I am searching. Kshiyante chasya karmani, the Lord says about his devotee, and the force of reaction won't come to trouble him, to drag him down or attract him backwards. That too is severed. Mai jishte kilatmani, I am the fullest of the full perfection. He will be able to trace my friendship. Krishna is saying, he will be able to trace me. This should be the course of our life, our cherished goal. Srimad Bhagavatam tells us this. Home, sweet, sweet home. You are a child of that soil. In one word, that is the goal. Why is that the highest goal? Because that is your home. Swarupe sabara golokete stiti. This one word home is sufficient to attract you. You are wandering in a foreign land, but here is your home. You'll get home comfort here, and you won't be able to deny that. So back to God, back to Godhead. Back to God, back to Godhead. Srila Bhakti, back to God, back to home, back to Godhead. Srila Bhakti Rakshita Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. And this is, of course, the Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, Volume 2, The Krishna Son. It was very nice to read that this morning. Very, very nice. Jaya Bimal Prabhu, thank you for, wonderful to be reminded about this. What? Jai, Shri, Sermons of the Guardian Devotion. Every chapter is so wonderful, and this is particularly really wonderful to hear this morning. Hare Krishna, very scientific. Vigyan, we have to understand scientifically the whole thing. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Rakshita Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Shri Guru Gaurachandra Jai. Giri Raju ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Om. Thank you. Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama.
Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama.
Gopal Govinda Ram Srimati Sudhana.
Giridhari Gopina Madana Mokana. Caitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Jagathara Srivasari Gauravata Vrinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatana Gata Raghunatha. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhata Rasa Raghunatha. Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana. Jahoy Ke Vignana Shavista Purana. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Jai 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 Shri Namachari Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai. All of our Guru Varga ki Jai.
Jai.
Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya ki Jai.
Jai.
Sapasha Sriman Mahaprabhu ki Jai.
Jai.
Sapasha Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kund Radha Kundini Gauranath ki Jai. Jai Kul Kartal ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki Jai. Sadhu Sakumat ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurachandra Ju ki Jai. Viraju ki Jai. Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Shri
Jai.
Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Shri
Jai.
Chaitanya Saraswat Mission. Morning class ki Jai.
Jai.
All these old devotees ki Jai.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Hari Bol. Jai.
Gurudev ki Jai.
Kumkum Didi is with us.
Dandavat Didi.
Vimal Krishna Prabhu.
Jai.
Ganga Lila Didi. Mega Rupa D.D, Ananya Sundari D.D,
Excuse me.
Ananya Sundari, Udarandas.
Who?
Udarandas.
Oh,
Who knows who else? Dandavat, Dandavat.